Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to create an API for login the user. So let's get started. So first of all, we need to create a route here, and we can simply say, or we can just copy it, and here name will be login, function name will be login. So now on our user controller, we will create a function login, and here we can use the request, and again don't forget to use exception handling. Let's copy it here. So for in the login route we actually need three parameters. One is the email of the user, second is password, and third, which is not required but we will use that, and the third one is the device name, like in from which device you are logging, like it's an Android phone or it's an iPhone or it's a browser. If you are using it on a single page application, then in that case it will be a browser, or you can pass the device name, or you can pass the browser name, or if you are testing the APIs you can pass the postman. So let's just create some validations. So dollar is equal to colon make, and here all our request, and now we can write our rules, and here rule will be email, which should be required and should be a valid email, and then password and can be required and minimum of 8 and maximum of 45, and after that we can say a device name. Actually it will be easy for us to track all our logins, like in how many devices the user has logged in. So that's why we will use these things, and it should be required. So now if our validator dot fails, we can say we need to get the error will be dollar validator dot errors dot all, and the zeroth index of that error, and we can, let's copy it from here to here. And if all the validations are passes, then first we will need to find if user is exist with the email address or not. So we can say dollar user equal to user colon where email should be request.email dot first, so it will pull out the first record. So now we need to check if dollar user means if the user is fine with that email, and we need to go here. Otherwise we can say return response.json, and status will be false in that case, and a message for user like email does not exist. And if we got the user with that email, now we need to compare the passwords, like if the passwords are valid or not. So to compare the password, we have a hash method, hash colon check, and in this check function we need to pass the whole password of a user, or sorry, first we need to pass the new password which are entered, user has entered, and the password which we have saved in our database. So it will be $user dot password. So first of all, we need to pass the current password which is user is entering and the password which is saved in our database. So if it will matches, it will go here. Otherwise, we can say return response.json, and here we can pass anything like false, and message will be, we can say, invalid password, and the data should be blank in this case. And if now if the password is true, if it gives true, then we need to return the user information with a security token which can, so user can log in. So now to create the token we can use, so now to create a token we can say $user dot create token, and in this create token we need to pass the device name. So we can say request dot device name. Okay, so this create token method will give us an object with some parameters like the ID of the token, the times and all. So we don't need all these things, we just need the main token, and we can get it by like this plan text token, and now we can assign this token to our user object, and now we can pass this information, and in this case status should be true and message should be logged in, and data should be our user object. Okay, so we have created our login API. So now let's just test it here. So let's just copy the URL and change it to login, and it should be a post URL. Let's just try to run it without sending any parameters. So okay, so it's giving us the error of email. Okay, let's pass the email, and we can use the email which we have created in the last video. Okay, email should be this, and password should be this. Okay, we can just try with the invalid password and a device name. Okay, so we are in the testing, we are currently in test mode, so we can just pass like postman, and let's just try it. Okay, so as you can see our user is found, but we have entered the invalid password, so it's giving us the error of invalid password. Now let's just change the email. Now it will give us a different error. Yeah, okay, so email does not exist. Oh, I think we have not passed the data key here, so data should be this. Yeah, okay, and now let's just enter the working records. So now we have entered our email, our right password, device name, and now let's try to log in. Okay, so we have error, undefined property, plain text token. Okay, so I think it should be plain. Oh, it's a typo here, so let's just try it now. And yeah, we are getting the record of the user, and also we are now getting the token. So this token, we will use this token to authenticate all the APIs. like get profile, update profile, change password. All these API will require this token, and using this token a user will be identified. So it will secure all our APIs. So or also in this API you can here check if we have a status key in our database, like if user is active or not, and if it's not active you can simply return an error message like user is inactive, or your we can check the verification status of that user. Yes, as your email is not verified yet, so you need to verify your email first, then you can only log in. So actually we have not sent any mails yet to user to verify it, so we will not cover that, and but you can do it on your own. It's very simple to do. Okay, so in the next video we will create the APIs to get the profile with the use of this security token. We will pass the security token, and this by this token we will validate this token in our backend, and then we will return the information of that user. So